I have very fond memories of walking the golf course at New Mexico State University as my uncle and my cousin-in-law played a round of golf. That day we didn't use golf carts, we just walked the course, my uncle and I still have fond memories of that day. Today, as we read in Joshua, these are very familiar words. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Of course, God was speaking to Joshua about the battles, the literal battles that he would be facing. You and I perhaps aren't doing those literal battles, but exercise, that's still part of what we need to keep up with as well. Even if it's not our normal routine, there are still some things that we can do. So let's do some push-ups today. So, of course, that's not a full routine, probably not what we would do in our normal case, but in these times, I like the joke. There were the two Olympic athletes. They loved their child, but their child wasn't a sports person. But oh, with the parents of Olympic athletes, he wanted to go out for the soccer team. So he did. Well, as the young guy went off that morning, the parents said, well, we've got to support him no matter what happens. When he comes home and tells us the results, we just have to assure him that we love him regardless. Well, the young guy came home. His parents said, so how did it go? He said, well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. His parents said, really? What's the good news? The young guy smiled and he said, well, the good news is I made the team. His parents were, they were shocked. They said, you made the team? He said, yeah. They said, well, if you made the team, what's the bad news? He said, well, the bad news is I'm the best player. So, you know, maybe this is revealed to us. We're not the absolute best, but our parents, they still love us. And we still need to do the very best that we can. Okay, so my alma mater, of course, is Oklahoma Baptist University. So I've had my cap for one portion of the exercise. Let me have my cap for the other portion. And okay, let's do some more push-ups today. Okay, so maybe that's not what you would normally do. Maybe you would do weightlifting or jogging or some other kind of exercise, but these are different times. And so we need to make some adjustments and do what we can. In Ecclesiastes, we're reminded, need my glasses. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, we're reminded, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. Of course, these are not necessarily the times that we would have asked for, but God is faithful and He's going to continue to take care of us. There was a young man going off to Oklahoma Baptist University, and as he was heading off to college, he had so many questions, and his father was a good, patient father, listened to his questions one after another, one after another. And the young man was asking, so Dad, what will it be like when I live at college? What will I eat at college? What will I study at college? Question after question. The young man's father was so patient. Finally, near the very end of the conversation, the young man was going off to leave his home. He turned around to his father and he said, oh, Dad, I've got one more question. The mascot, the team mascot of the school that I'm going to, when they play athletics, Dad, what's the name of the mascot? And the loving father looked at his son and smiled and said, bye, son.